Welcome back to another edition of JD's Top 8 here on JD's YouTube. I'm your host, JD. This week we are talking about action cartoons, um, specifically between the 80s and 90s. So let's jump into the list. This list is the top 8 action cartoons. Let's start with number 8, Voltron. Voltron was an awesome cartoon. I know they redid it, and I've been watching that on Netflix, but the original Voltron was awesome. It was killer, man. 5 lions come together to make an awesome robot. Fantastic. Number 7 is Transformers. I love the Transformers cartoon. The old style with the Optimus Prime and the semi truck, and Bumblebee being the punch bug, and Megatron being the gun is fantastic. Shockwave. Whoa, excuse me. I remember watching the animated cartoon and being all upset that Optimus Prime died. So, Transformers. Number 6 is my buddy's, one of his favorite cartoons. It is Thundercats. Thundercats was awesome. It's about a group of humanoid cats. Their leader, Lion-O, fantastic. He would take out the sword of omens, and he would say, "Thunder, thunder, Thundercats, oh!" When he wanted to see further, he would look. He'd put the sword in the middle of its face, and he'd say, "Sight beyond sight." It was an awesome cartoon. Number 5 was He-Man. I had the action figures for He-Man when I was younger. I just thought He-Man was awesome. He went from the Prince to He-Man just by yelling, "I have the power." So yes, He-Man number 5. Coming at running on the top 4 are, at number 4, G.I. Joe. G.I. Joe was awesome. I love G.I. Joe. They had so many G.I. Joes. And I understand that most of these were to sell toys. He-Man, Transformers, G.I. Joe. I had a bucket full of G.I. Joes. And back then, they were attached in a way that you can take them off and change their body parts. I did that a lot. Number 3 is Batman the Animated Series. I like the gritty style of the animated series. Batman was fantastic. This is where Harley Quinn is created as a character, and where Mark Hamill does the voice of the Joker. Awesome cartoon. Number 2 is Spider-Man the Animated Series. And for both 3, 2, and 1, the theme songs are really, really stuck in my head every time you say them. Spider-Man was this version of the cartoon was fantastic. Peter Parker was good. It just always good that they had a mix of villains and crossover and good guys. It just a well put together animated series, and I just had a lot of fun watching it as a kid. Number 1 is X-Men the Animated Series. This is where I fell in love with comic book heroes. This is where I fell in love with the X-Men. I thought this was fantastic. Wolverine became, Wolverine and Cyclops and Gambit and Beast and Professor Xavier and Jubilee and Rogue and Storm. Magneto and Sabretooth and Mystique and this version of Apocalypse and Mr. Sinister. Like, this cartoon was packed with non-stop action, and one of the first bad guys they took on in, like, the first few episodes was Magneto. So, and the Sentinels. That's why X-Men comes at number 1. For the rest of the week, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Tuesday, G.I. Joe. Wednesday, Batman. Thursday, Spider-Man. And then finally, Friday, X-Men. I'll do top 8 characters for them. And that'll round out for this week. So, stay tuned. With that being said, much love. JD out.